Hi, everybody, and welcome to our virtual kindergarten back to school night. Thank you for joining us, and we're so happy that you're here. I want to introduce you to our amazing kindergarten team. We're amazing because I realized today, guys, that we've been together for 7 years. We've been teaching together for 7 years. That's pretty crazy. What does that mean? That means that we really like to work together, and we talk a lot. We love to work together and ask for help, and we have a lot of fun, but most importantly, we love to share the hilariously adorable stories and moments that we have with our little ones. Why do we teach kindergarten? I think that we all can agree, and we've talked about this countless times, is that kindergarten is truly the most amazing year. Kindergarten is really important, and kids learn a lot, and we have a lot of fun. Yes, we sing and we dance and do everything creative, but what's most amazing about kindergarten is a transformation. The student that comes to us in the fall and the students that we cry and say goodbye to in the spring is amazing, and we can't wait for you to see it. Okay, without further ado, let me introduce you to our amazing kindergarten team. And guys, I'm gonna start by asking you to say your name or say hello and then where you're from, all right? Or where you were born. Okay, so my name's Christine Bailey, and I was born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Hi, Miss Zubair.
Hello, I'm Rachel Zubair, and I was born in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, I kind of feel like I didn't know that. Sorry. Miss Petrie, where are you from? Where were you
Hi,
born?
I'm Marcy Petrie, and I was born in Western Pennsylvania, in Butler, Pennsylvania. How about you, Mrs. Hummel?
Hi, I'm Denise Hummel, and I was born in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, wow. Hi, Miss Domingo.
Hi, I'm Miss Domingo, Carly Domingo, and I, unlike many of you, I am a local girl, and I was born in Alexandria, Virginia. How about you, Miss McGinnis?
Hi, I'm Ariel McGinnis, and I was also born in Alexandria, Virginia.
Hey, I don't think I knew that either. Wow.
Hi, Miss Hurst. We're happy you're here.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Hurst, and I was born in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Awesome. Miss Wallingford, hello.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Wallingford, and I am born and raised Virginian. Been here all my life.
Oh, we have a lot of Virginians here. Miss Hessel.
Hi friends, I am Kate Hessel, and I was born in Brooklyn, New York City.
We can tell from your cool accent.
Yeah.
Miss Schuster.
Hi, I'm Trisha Schuster, and I was born in northwestern Pennsylvania in Erie, up on Lake Erie.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. And I think we're ready to keep moving forward. So thank you, teacher assistants, for joining us tonight. And we're going to get into some of the meat and potatoes of kindergarten. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, yay. Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Bye. See you on Zoom.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about our daily schedule. So we've been in school for 3 weeks now, and hopefully you're starting to get used to how things are going. But just remember, things are always changing. We're always growing here at Ashland, but this is our schedule for right now. So from 9 to 9:30 are our office hours. So that means if you want to set up a time to talk, or you want to set up a time to Zoom, email, that's when we're going to get to you and answer all your questions. From 9:30 to 10:15, we have our whole class Zoom, whole group learning. And then you have already noticed that we started some small groups. Those are from 10:30 to 11, but the days alternate. So we alternate. So we have a blue day and a green day. And hopefully by now you know which team, if you're on the blue team or the green team. And blue team is Tuesday and Thursday, and green is Wednesday and Friday. And we're also busy doing assessments, so they're probably happening during that time as well. 11:15 is encore, and we each have different encore days, so you can check out your each teacher's class schedule. But we wanted to tell you that this week Zoom is going live, so we're super excited about that. all those Encore teachers are going to be coming on to Zoom with you, and we are so excited and super grateful for that. 12 to 1 is your time to have some lunch, recess. We would love it if you could get your energy out, go outside if possible, play. That way you're up and moving and not sitting for prolonged periods of time. And then 1 o'clock, we come back here from 1 to 1:45, and we do our whole group Zoom again. And then after that, we are back to our small groups for the alternating days. And those are from 2 to 2:30 right now. And again, same with assessments during that time. From 2:30 to 3:40, that's your time to work on Canvas assignments. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that as we go through this. Okay, so Encore. Your teacher will tell you which Encore you have and on which particular day. We are putting our Encore schedule, we share it during our Zooms, so your little ones should know where they're headed. We also put it on the Canvas calendar, and we also are putting it on Week at a Glance. So hopefully through all those communications, you're able to figure out or know which one you have. So we have art with Miss King. We have guidance with Miss LeClaire. We have library with Miss Levinson, and we have PE with Mr. Duncan for this quarter. And then we have music with Miss Rigney. And that is our Encore schedule. Okay, Miss Wallingford, I believe you are up to talk all about the great Canvas.
Yes, I am going to talk about Canvas, and I want to let you know, do not be afraid of Canvas. It is not that scary. What I do want to show you a real cool trick that if you go to your student's Canvas page and you go to courses and you go all the way down here to the bottom and go to all courses and click on that, you'll see all these little stars. Well, I'm going to tell you that your student doesn't need to know any one of these courses except their homeroom. So if they click on that homeroom, the next time they go to their courses, the only course they're going to see is the homeroom. So that makes it a little bit easier for them to, when they go in there, to just click on homeroom and they'll be there. Well, this is my homeroom page. There's me and Mrs. Hurst. Mrs. Hurst is lounging. And so every teacher's page is set up very similarly to this. The buttons may look a little different, but you will have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'll have an Encore button. You'll also have Zoom meetings where you can either get on Zoom through this yellow button or on the navigation bar on the side. And we have a parent button. Underneath parents, there are going to be all kinds of resources that you can access as a parent to help your student. So if we go, we'll start with Tuesday. We'll go back to Monday. If we go on Tuesday, we'll click on Tuesday, and up pops their Tuesday assignments. So each student will go through reading, math, social studies, and science. When they're done, they will click on the home button because they'll get an end page. They'll go back home, and then they can go back and to do the math and the social studies and science. They'll click on the home page, home button, and they'll go right back to the home page. So this happens Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Monday, it's going to look pretty similar, but what's going to happen is they're going to have the reading, math, social studies, and science button. But what that's going to do when they click on that reading button, it's going to give them all the modules. And they will be able to access all of the modules that they have done up to this point. So we have 3 weeks of modules on here up to this point. So we'll go back to our homeroom. And that Monday is for you to kind of play catch up if you weren't able to get to the buttons. Also on Monday, if your student has finished all the assignments, there are some extra activities down at the bottom here, and those will be ever changing as we get more resources in your students' hands. So we'll go back to the home button. We'll go to the Encore button. And here's all of your Encore buttons here. If you haven't watched the Meet Your Encore Teachers, you have to, because it's hilarious. So you'll go back to, you'll click on whatever Encore your student has once they're done. And as Mrs. Bailey pointed out, starting the next rotation, they're going to be going live, which is going to be super exciting for them. Go back, you'll click home, takes you all the time it will take you back, the Zoom meetings and parents. And under parents, we'll have the meet the teachers, contact, newsletter, schedule, and resources. The resource button may look different from teacher to teacher depending on what they've put on there. Okay, so we're back to the home page. It's really super simple to navigate through there because everybody is going to take you back to the home page. I'm going to stop share real quick. I'm going to go down and I'm going to get, all right. So we did all of that, perfect. All right, I think that's it as far as the different buttons are concerned. Take it away, Mrs. Domingo.
Could you go back to our PowerPoint? I'll just go ahead and have you pull that up and then I will share my screen. Okay, Ashland families, we're going to talk assessments now, and I know that sounds a little bit crazy for kindergarten, and I will say thank you for bearing with us for trying out Canvas. We've done a lot of different submissions so far, but we have decided that we are going to streamline that. Only have 4 assignments, or with science and social studies that will go back and forth, so maybe 3 assignments each week. And be on the lookout. If I can share my screen a minute, I'll show you how our week at a glance looks, so you can know to focus in on those submissions. Then, uh-oh, did we lose our PowerPoint? I'm sorry, I wasn't ready just yet. Sorry, and then after that, we will go back and I will show you a little bit. I'll go into it right now. I'll show you some other submission ways, which would be Padlet and Flipgrid. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and show the week at a glance first. So this is the one you will see for this week here. So once again, we had things in each day of the week, but we decided let's just focus in on what we really want to collect our data for, or to put into our grade book. So this week would just have one for each of them, and you can see right here that we have omitted science because we're not going to focus on that. We'll go back, and then also, as Ms. Bailey was saying, here is the encore there. So there's that, and I do have to screen share a few times, so bear with me. Let's see, for our next one, here's Padlet. I know my class has been using Padlet quite a bit. We had red posters, because we aren't in the classroom. If we were in the classroom, we would have this red poster that we would hang on our wall, so we had to come up with a virtual alternative. If you go to Padlet.com, or the link that your teacher gives you, it should take you right to the Padlet. And then down here at the bottom in the right corner is a plus sign, and that's where you would click on that. And then in here, you could put your child's name, and then you would upload with the arrow here. Or if you chose not to put your child's picture, you could also go and click on the web and maybe put a red image of some sort, and that could also go in there too. If you didn't like what you wanted or what you had submitted, you could always get rid of it and then go back and submit again. The camera there will allow you to take a picture right on your child's laptop that they have there, so you don't even have to really fuss with any phones and uploading it there, so it could all be in one place. That's what Padlet looks like. I know that I plan on using that every week for our different color posters as well as other assignments in the future. So moving forward, you probably have seen Nearpod with your Encore teachers, and this is very simple, where you just simply put in a code, or if they have it embedded in their lesson, which might be the case for us, you're just going to follow through, type your, I don't even think you have to type your student's name in, it should just come up embedded. If not, if you're given a code, you would put that in, and that should walk you through from there. That's how you would use Nearpod. That's one way for it to submit things. And then Flipgrid, same thing. You would enter a code if you're given one. Once you go to the Flipgrid website, if you're given an actual link, like with the case for Ms. Stroll for our morning greetings for the announcements, and again, it's pretty seamless. You just click the camera, it walks you through, you do your submission, you put a photo, and then everything kind of goes up into that spot where you need it to be stored. All right, so those are some there. Some other ways that we have been collecting work is through group discussions. So if that's an assignment, you would simply see the question on your Canvas page. This one talks about summer, and then down here in the box where it says reply, where you would help your child type in what the weather would be like in summer, and then once you post a reply, you can see what other classmates would reply as well. And then finally, the most popular way that we have been collecting our submissions is through a video or an upload of a picture. So here's the one from Ms. Tookster. Now on here, you won't see, it'll look different than student view, but I will tell you that the blue button, the submission button, is your friend. So anytime you see a submit button, simply click that. It'll take you to an option to either record or to upload if you have taken a photo. And we did send out some information with that too. And then you'll just keep clicking next until you get to the page that says, congratulations, you finished for that day. Finally, I wanted to show you how to get to parent view. I'm just looking at my notes here. So for grading, we do put grading in Canvas, but at this point, Canvas and parent view are not talking, so you'll want to go to parent view. And let me show you how you'll do that. You will go to Prince William County website. You can get on Site Butters from here. So once you go into pwcs.edu, you'll go to parents. And then here's our parent view. And then mine's already, once you log in, you can save it. And then this one's my daughter. So down here, you'll see where it says gradebook. And this is where you would find any grades for your child there. And I do encourage you, maybe not so much for kinders, but for if you have older students, to put that on your phone. You can, constantly check in there and see what the grades are. So again, we'll do 4 grades a week or 3, depending on science and social studies. And I think that's all that I had for you on those different submission types and also on grading. Hopefully that is helpful to you. And I'm going to turn it over now to Ms. Petrie.
All right, thanks, Mrs. Domingo. So we're going to go back to our PowerPoint. And first, we're going to talk about some of the websites we have available for the kindergarten families. So when we are sending home our next pickup, we are trying to have a printed version for you of websites that are available for your kindergarten student, but we're also going to email that to you, and here's why. If you notice on this slide, the titles are in blue. That's because we went ahead and hyperlinked the web pages to all of the ones that we could. So for example, if you were to click on something like Dreambox or Raz Kids, it would take you right there and then you would sign in. We tried to make a lot of our usernames and passwords simply your student's first name and their 6-digit Prince William County ID. That's the number you're going to want to keep handy because that 6-digit Prince William County ID will stick with them from kindergarten all the way up through high school graduation. And that'll be attached to all of their accounts, including lunch and things like that. So we tried to go ahead and change those to match. When we couldn't put their first name as their username, then we went ahead and we put the 6-digit number there as well. And Ashland, we're very fortunate because they purchase a lot of programs for us, annual subscriptions. So for differentiation, you're going to want to use Dreambox for math. For differentiation for phonics, you're going to want to use iStation. And for having books on your child's individual level that can grow with them as they learn more, you're going to want to try Raz Kids. You'll notice iStation is black when we put it on this screen. That's because it's not hyperlinked yet. The very first step you'll all have to do is download iStation for the very first time onto your device. Once you do that very first download, you'll never have to go to the support page and download again. All you'll have to do is save iStation as a desktop icon on your device, and then your student will be able to get on it. If you notice some other web pages, there's Bookflix, there's PebbleGo, there's Starfall, and if there's no password required, all you have to do is click the hyperlink. Those would be wonderful Monday activities when you have noticed that your student has already finished the things on Canvas and the other things for class. Some of the teachers have Teacher Monster to Read website. Some of the teachers have boom cards. And when you go down there, just pay attention if it's teacher specific for your code. So you will get all this information in 2 ways. You'll get a paper version and you'll get it in email so you're able to click the hyperlinks. So next, we're going to talk about, since we're virtual for the first time ever, what are some great ideas to help us be successful? So just like if you were in a regular classroom live, you would want to have a weekday school routine. Since we're virtual, then we're relying on the families to go ahead and set up their routine for their child. So school begins at 9:30 in class, but it's supposed to go all the way till 3:40. That's a regular school day. And when you're doing this schedule, you want to consider they are age 5 and 6. We don't expect them to be glued to the computer for the entire school day. So first off, you've already set up your child's workspace and they are looking fantastic. We can tell by how we get their attention on us and how they can find their supplies easily that you have really put a lot of effort and work into making it feel like their wonderful home classroom, and we so appreciate that so much. Every couple weeks, we're going to ask you to do a check-in and check their workspace. Think about things like, are they facing away from other siblings who might be doing classes at the same time? Are they facing away from other adults who might be doing business calls or things on their computer? Do they have a clear spot to put their supplies? So when we ask them to do a dry erase board, or if we ask them to get math manipulatives, do they have a spot to work in and it's not cluttered? One thing we want to advise is don't let them dig through their learning kit bags. That's as many supplies as we could get into your hands at the beginning, and we kind of leave that as its own entity, its own bag somewhere nearby in case we need it. But it's not meant for the child to just go and dig through and help themselves. It's meant to be the tools we're going to ask your child to bring. And you'll see that on Week at a Glance, and in our emails, we'll let you know what's coming up. In the meantime, there are things they'll need every single day. So we encourage you to have a little bin or box on your workspace with pencils, crayons, Play-Doh, dry erase marker, dry erase board, and an eraser, and that big blue journal, because those are the things we're going to use the most, and it'll be great to have them handy. We also discourage children from having things in their hands. We have this thing we say, brain is thinking, eyes are looking, ears are listening, lips are closed, hands are folded, and feet are quiet. Because if our hands are doing something else, our brain is thinking about something else. If our eyes are looking somewhere else, it's someone else in the room, our brain is thinking about someone else instead of focused on the lesson. So we request kindly that unless we ask students to hold something or bring something, please check in with them periodically to make sure they're not helping themselves and bringing things they don't need at that time. Now, we do want you to have a balance. Like I said, we don't want them stuck to the computer all day. That's not even good for adults. So we want you to set up within your schedule a time for them to work on computer, which is our live Zooms, whole class, and our small group. But then if it's your day that it's not your small group, you might have them do some of their paperwork or things like that. You might have them do a Canvas, or you might have them do a get up and go do it activity. But in between each one of those activities, we really want you to get them outside, let them play, let them help you make lunch, make sure they get a bathroom break. And I always tell my students, it's our little break time. Grab a drink, use the bathroom, go pet your dog for a second, go give your mom a hug, go say hello to one of your brothers and sisters who's not in class. We really want them to get up and move out of that computer chair. It promotes oxygen to the brain, and that promotes learning. When kids first come to kindergarten, it's their first experience in school. And so we know how wonderful you are. You've taken care of them for those 5, 6 years, and you've done everything for them. And now we're going to ask you to just give them a little bit of space to try. The more you let a child try, the more successful they will be. And they'll start to surprise you, moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas. They will start to surprise you with how independent they really are going to come this year. You're going to see, as Miss Bailey said, huge growth. But they can't grow if you don't give them a chance to try. Let them click mute and unmute, video and no video. Let them see if they know the assignment. Tell it back to me before you just automatically tell them. and see what they can do. As they need assistance, absolutely jump right in. But remember, we don't have to know it all on day one. We have all year. And again, we are so appreciative of how patient and flexible our families have been. We know it's new for everyone, students, families, and teachers. We've never done this before. It's uncharted waters. But each week we learn something new and we make it easier and it goes smoother and we keep working together. And we appreciate our relationship with home to school to help us keep navigating these constant changes. We do expect more as we discover coming back into the building slowly and things like that. And when you have questions, stay in contact with your teachers. We're here for you. And if we don't have the answer, we'll ask someone on our team or someone in the office or someone else in the school, and we'll get you an answer and get you what you need. We appreciate your family connection with our school.
Mrs. Wallingford, can we do the curriculum?
We're good.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I was on mute because when you said, Miss Petrie, go pet your dog, I was listening to my dog play with his squeaky toy. So,
And that does happen, right, Mrs. Bailey? We're living proof. Things happen. We just
real
be
life
flexible.
happening.
Okay, Ms. Schuster, you're going to talk to us a little bit about our curriculum for this quarter.
For the first marking period in reading, as you've noticed, we're working with our alphabet. The boys and girls are learning upper and lower case letters, and as you're seeing in our live Zooms, it's more than singing just the alphabet. We're asking them out of order. We're looking for things that begin with those letters. They're bringing them for show and tell, and we're working on letter formation correctly. We're taking care of our tools for reading and writing time. Like Miss Petrie said, we need our markers, our pencils, our dry erase boards, and our blue journals handy. We've worked on parts of a book. We're going to be drawing to tell stories in those blue journals. In kindergarten, we start writing by using pictures, and then we'll add labels to our stories and eventually words and sentences. We are learning right now how to make connections to what is read. Is there something we've done, just like the characters or the people in the book? And we're talking about ways to read. We read the pictures. It's okay, moms and dads. They can look at those pictures to help them figure it out. We remember read. We look at the pictures and tell the story that a grown-up loved one has read to us, or we read the words. Going into math, for our first quarter, we've worked on math routines. We are exploring our math manipulatives. I know it looks like we're playing during those live Zooms. We're getting all of that play out because in the next week or so, when we say bring your erasers, bring your tiles, we're going to have a task for them to do. And if they've gotten that play out of their system, so much easier for them to focus and do what we want them to with those fun new manipulatives that look like toys to them. We've worked on calendar. By the end of the first marking period, we'd like them to count to 25. Our goal is 100 at the end of the year by 5s, 10s, and 1s. We are finishing our exploration learning unit and beginning our first number sense unit where we will be focusing on the numerals 0 through 5. We'll be creating and counting sets with 0 to 5 objects, practicing number formation, and actually understanding really what is 5. It's 0 and 5 objects, 2 and 3, 1 and 4. I know it sounds silly, but it's really going to help them when they get to middle school with algebra if they understand those numbers and how they're made. Again, we're going to be working on correctly forming them, and we're starting coins with the penny and nickel. And moving into science and social studies, our first quarter for social studies is a lot of good citizenship. We've talked a lot about Zoom and class agreements. We're learning the Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to be learning about the American flag and patriotism. And our first quarter science is colors. We've done red. We're going into orange this week, and we're talking about the seasonal weather patterns and the season of fall. And I think we've all kind of alluded or mentioned these assessments. We will be doing monthly and quarterly assessments similar to the kindergarten roundup. Once a month, we'll be asking your child letters, sounds, numbers, and we'll be introducing popcorn words to see how they're growing throughout the year. We are doing PALS right now, and we will do that again in the spring. And then we have a child behavior rating scale that we will be giving them in the next month. And then again, we'll do that at the end of the year to see how much your children have grown through the year.
Great job, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Bailey? You're on mute, Miss Bailey.
Remember my squeaky dog toy in the background. So
It's all good.
thank you guys for coming. Thanks for joining us. We know this is a lot. And every day I tell everyone that things are going great because of you guys, because you are having your little ones show up. You are reading our emails. You are looking at Canvas. So this would not be going as well as it is if it weren't for you guys. So this is definitely a partnership, and we appreciate, like Ms. Petrie said, all the support that you continue to give us. This is a learning experience. This is uncharted territory, and we are learning and growing along with you every day. And then lastly, we want to say thanks for sharing your little ones with us. Yeah, it's teaching kindergarten is amazing, and we are already forming relationships with your little ones. And we have talked about this and wondered how it would go through Zoom. But already we are seeing personalities, we are seeing them building that bond with us and also their classmates. So thank you guys for everything. We are always here. Email, Zooms, reach out to us. We are in this together, and thank you guys for everything. Yay, thanks for coming. Thank you, kindergarten team. You guys are all
You're welcome.
amazing.
Bye.
Thank